Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is going to be my first walk and talk video. Today we're going to talk about isolation, folks. And I'm out here in the woods, and this is one of my favorite places to go for isolation. And it's a short-term isolation, you know. I come out here walking for an hour, maybe 3, and just kind of recharge my batteries. Look at that. It's a beautiful day out here. But yeah, it's a short-term isolation. You're just clearing your head, charging your batteries so you can get on, right? Now it's that long-term isolation. That's when it becomes a problem. Long-term isolation can feel safe, and it's a trap. You can fall right into that feeling of safety that long-term isolation can give you, but it's dangerous. I remember, I was in my mid-20s, 25, 26, and I kind of went through a period of a long-term isolation. Now, I wasn't completely isolated. I didn't not talk to anyone during that time. I did have a couple friends that I hung out with, but I was selective when I went, what we did. I don't know, I had just kind of got burned out, and I had just left this job, and I just remember feeling like I didn't know who I was. And I'd always felt kind of alien in this world anyway. But really then it just hit me. And I understand now what I was going through, and it was autistic burnout. But then I didn't have the language for it. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought I was broken. I thought I was, broken and lazy and was losing my mind. But the longer I stayed mostly isolated, the longer I wanted to stay there. And when I did finally emerge from this isolation, and I'm not talking like I was in this isolation for years. It was maybe 6-8 months. So when I did emerge from this isolation, I realized that I had this skill regression. Once again, that's kind of comes with that autistic burnout, and we can talk about that more in depth in a later video. But right now, I didn't know what that was then. And looking back in retrospect, I can see exactly what I was going through. But then I just felt so out of my element all of a sudden, because the job I had just left, it was a good job. I was doing presentations, so I was up in front of people. I I was good at that. That was something I was asked to do because I did that very well. When I emerged from this isolation, that's part of the skill regression I had, was I no longer could talk to people, strangers or acquaintances. To spark up a conversation with them felt forced and awkward. I could no longer, stand up and give a presentation like I used to, because it felt forced and performative. And when I was in isolation, I didn't have to mask anymore. I didn't have to perform like I was normal. I was just able to kind of be me, but I didn't know who me was even then. And I've spent the last 24, 25 years trying to figure that one out still. So I just kind of lost who I was. And as someone with OCD as well, sorry, I know I hit my mic just then. So these are going to be unedited, by the way. So someone with OCD in isolation, that's safe because you can have predictability, you can have your own routines, you don't have to deal with other people interrupting you. And man, did I give in to some compulsions then. And once again, I'll talk about OCD more in depth later on, and how that's affected my life throughout the years. But long-term isolation can be very harmful. So, if you're someone who is dealing with this right now, and you see this, and you see that you're in this long-term isolation, and you start seeing the cracks, in your life because of it, reach out to someone. Reach out to me if you need to. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist, so I can't clinically help you, but I can be your cheerleader. Reach out to people in your life who can be your cheerleader. Especially if you can't afford a therapist or don't want to do therapy. Just reach out to someone. Have someone be your cheerleader, because that's what you need right now. And I know if I didn't have the couple good friends I had back then, I don't know if I would have really been able to come out of that isolation so easily. So please, do yourself a favor and reach out to someone. The longer you go, the harder it gets. Because it's not as scary out here as you think. But I say that knowing that each person who goes into isolation has their own reasons. And it can be because of, say, autistic burnout, OCD, depression, anxiety, or maybe it's domestic violence, some sort of physical, emotional, mental abuse. And each of those comes with a unique set of reasons for wanting to disappear. I mean, there have been numerous times throughout my life where I have just wanted to disappear off into the woods and never be seen again. And then there are times in my life where I'm like, yeah, let's go out to where some people are. Not a lot of people, but some people. I'm still not big on crowds. But regardless of why you've gone into this isolation, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're reaching out for help. Find someone who can be your cheerleader. Like I said, even if it's just little old me on here that you need to reach out to, do so. I will be your cheerleader.
Total 2 miles.
Hey, 2 miles. Yeah, anyway, so let me know in the comments if you've gone through this, if you've gone through isolation, I've come out on the other side. How did you get through it? What was your eye-opening event? What was your epiphany? What was your epiphany to get back out into the world? I'm not for sure if I actually did have an epiphany. I just remember going through this isolation, and during that time I had insomnia, so I wasn't sleeping very well at all. I think I just kind of slowly started seeing how unhealthy all of it was for me. And that helped me kind of get through, to just kind of take baby steps, get back out, do things. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just saw how unhealthy I was, that this isolation was becoming for me. Like I said, I don't think I was truly in like a deep isolation, because I still socialized with a select few people. And that may have been my ticket out. Because like I said, if it weren't for the couple people I did socialize with, I don't think I would have come out of it when I did. Never really thought about that. Anyway, so yeah, let me know in the comments what you've done, or if you're going through this, please reach out to someone who can be your cheerleader, can be there for you. Therapy, talk therapy or somatic therapy, whatever you need to do to get you on the other side of this. Please do it. All right, well, until next time, you all take care, and get outside. Bye.